Hello and welcome to a Full Send Broadcast Network. As tonight we are watching the Finish Line Racing League with their season opener at Talladega. As we're watching group qualifying get underway here. As the car's coming on the backstretch here, it is open qualifying. So these cars are all out on the track at the same time, but one bump, one scrape, anything like that will disavow the lap that they are currently on. So not only are they trying to get a fast lap in the draft, try to get the pole position, it is just going to be difficult to try not to make any contact so they can keep that lap time. And the group qualifying session is 10 minutes long as the majority of the field takes their green flag lap. So let's give you a rundown of some of the information that we have for the race tonight. This is the Finish Line Racing League presented by Babs Body Shop. For any of your body repair needs for your car, truck, SUV, anything with a motor basically, go see them and check them out at babsbodyshop.com. Tonight they have a 70% fuel load. So that's going to be about, I would say, 30 to 35 laps of fuel. So we'll see if we have any green flag runs where we have to see stops under the green flag and who will go with who. Each driver does have 3 sets of tires. That 3 sets of tires includes the set of tires they are qualifying on right now. So there's 2 extra sets in their pit box for them to use the rest of the race. The race is 50 laps. They have 2 fast repairs, and pit road speed is 55 miles an hour. And here at Talladega, the track is 2.66 miles in length around that yellow line there. Temperature out there is 82 degrees, 60% humidity with 20-mile-an-hour winds. So these cars will be getting either a push down one straightaway and hitting a brick wall down the other, given that the wind is either going north or south. If the winds are going the opposite, east or west, you can imagine how much havoc that's going to wreak in the corners. Now, something new with this league is this is the first season that this league will have payouts. There will be payouts for the winner of each race this season, along with the champion winning a little bit of change. The top 4 in the 4 that make it to the finale, racing for a championship, get a bigger purse than the 8 that make the playoffs. And but the 8 that make the playoffs are guaranteed to win some money in this season. And so is 9th place. You know, the best of the rest. It's something new that this league implemented to try to keep car count up throughout the season, so cars don't get discouraged from showing up just because they didn't make the playoffs. They still get to race for money every week and for money at the end of the season. That's going to be something to keep an eye on. Let's check in on these qualifying times and see how they stand. So as of right now, Joshua Oxendine running on pole with a 48.85. Stephen Payne sitting there in second with a 48.93. These guys are smoking around this track. Justin Hutchinson sitting there in third, also in the 48-second bracket with a 48.96. So far, 11 cars have taken a lap. These guys battling it out pretty hard to try to learn some things while they're also qualifying. You never want to be up at the very front for qualifying in these super speedways, because you're not going to get near as fast of a lap as these other drivers. You see how Justin Hutchinson here in that 28 machine kind of hanging back. He's getting that draft that's going to pull him to super speeds down this backstretch and pull off a huge time. You see Joshua Oxendine coming back off pit road. Guys are figuring out, they pretty much know where they're at is where they're going to be at. They're just trying to figure out, practicing a little bit of pit stops, looks like. We had a car rear-end another, and that's why they're trying to take this extra time to practice. Leaving 3 cars out here in this pack. So far, Oxendine's still sitting on pole with that 48.85. Looks like Stephen Payne going to try practicing going down pit road from speed. Couple more cars trying some pit road entry here. Here we seem to have a group trying to form up. Maybe try to knock Oxendine off the pole. Justin Hutchinson on his out lap. Something cool that we are starting tonight is a new camera angle. I'll give you a sneak peek of that right here. Right here at the start-finish line for all starts and restarts, we'll be using this view, along with the possibility of maybe getting to see the finish right here. Guys trying to learn the side draft a little bit, seeing how it's going to play out. As we're looking at Roger Pierce, the 27 of Cody Ricketts, and the 6 of Trevor Robertson. And it looks a little weird if you look on the broadcast on the ticker, and the car number of Roger Pierce does not match. He is currently running the 99 paint scheme, but his number is the 29. So if you hear me call out the 29, I'll try to catch myself and correct it, because he is running the 99 car tonight as qualifying is wrapping up. Joshua Oxendine is your pole winner. That 48.85 held strong. Still only 3 cars, though, breaking that 48-second lap barrier. As we see some cars a little tore up, possibly from a little late caution incident. Late qualifying incident. Sorry about that. So why don't we take a look at the grid the way it sits now. The grid the way it sits. Joshua Oxendine is your pole sitter. Outside of him is Stephen Payne. And third is Justin Hutchinson. Fourth is Roger Pierce. Fifth is Scott Stotler. Sixth is Jason Babb, followed by Christian Hill in seventh. Eighth is Blake Sperling. Tyler Green sitting in that ninth position. In 10th is Cody Ricketts. And 11th is Trevor Robertson. And that is your starting lineup, brought to you by Babb's Body Shop. As the cars are gridding, looks like we have 1 or 2 more that need to grid. Looks like they have gridded. They should be rolling off here shortly. For those of you joining in tonight, you are watching the Full Send Broadcast Network with Finish Line Racing League, presented by Babb's Body Shop. Cars running behind the pace car now, working out the bugs in their steering wheels and pedals, making sure they are ready to go for 50 laps tonight and run for a little cold hard cash. And tonight, there is a special request from our sponsor, Babb's Body Shop, to give out an award for Wreck of the Race. So when the race is over and after the interviews are done, we will try to go back and show a replay of the Wreck of the Race, presented by Babb's Body Shop. Pace lights are out on the pace car, which means when they come out of 4, that pace car will make a hard left turn to go down pit road, and we will be waiting on the green flag to go racing tonight here. Pace car makes that left-hand turn. What do you say we kick it over to the flag stand and see this race go green? Flagman holding that flag up high for them to see. Holding them back. green flag is out, and we are racing at Talladega in the Finish Line Racing League. Still 2x2. That outside line looks like they're spread out, maybe trying to find a spot on the inside to fall in line, just to ride things out a little bit. Everybody already in line, getting comfortable, trying to figure out as we got one car there. Looks like Stephen Payne with a run. He's going to end up getting shuffled out. Tyler Green thinking about going up there and helping him, but thinks better of it. Joshua Oxendine going to lead the first lap here. Already with 1 bonus point for leading a lap. And these guys do have a 25x incident limit before they get a DQ. If they are disqualified, they do not receive any points for the race. That's one thing to be looking out for, along with them 2 faster pairs on who uses them and who doesn't. As Tyler Green and Trevor Robertson go up to the high side, Trevor Robertson going to hang Tyler out to dry. As they run right now, top 5 are Oxendine, Hutchinson, Stotler, Hill, and Pierce. As they come out of turn 2 here onto the back stretch. A little bit of a snake action going on there. Guys trying to see past the bumper of the car in front of them. And that's one thing also to keep in mind about these cars, is that these super speedways, when you're drafting this close, you cannot see anything out your windshield other than that spoiler of the car in front. There is zero visibility. So you may see these guys dip below the yellow line occasionally, trying to see where they're at on the track so they don't wash up in the corners. And that's where you'll get that snake action from. Typically it doesn't cause any incidents, it just causes a weird look going down the straightaways. Looks like Tyler Green and Stephen Payne up there on the high side. Oh, Jason Babb pokes his head up there. Decides not to stay up there, figures there's no run to be had. Whole field now single file. As the field comes through turns 1 and 2 here. Looking at these beautiful machines coming out of turn 2 now, heading down that super stretch. Looks like Jason Babb and Trevor Robertson jump up to that high lane to see if they can make anything happen. Field comes around to complete lap 5 out of 50. Oh, as we have a pretty big group going up here. They look well organized on that high side, leaving 3 cars to fight on the bottom. That looks to be like Christian Hill, Roger Pierce, Jason Babb, and Trevor Robertson. As someone up towards the front had a quick little blink there and sending up a puff of smoke. As the field comes up down the front stretch here into the tri-oval. Now, one thing that makes Talladega so unique from Daytona is that start-finish line is not in the middle of the tri-oval. It is 200 yards past it. I believe it's 200 yards. And those of you that are watching, if you have any questions, comments, anything like that, during the caution break, I may be able to answer some questions for you. Get a little bit of fan engagement going on. Oh, is the 8 of Scott Stotler moves up with Roger Pierce and makes a little bit of contact, looks like, with Christian Hill. But no harm, no foul, not even a scratch on the cars. Christian Hill jumps up, looking to make a move. Payne moves up to maybe give him a little bit of help, see if they can make something happen. But I believe you're going to have more than 2 cars to make any kind of moves. As they come around to complete lap 8 and start lap 9. What do you say we ride along with Trevor Robertson here? Riding along on the helmet cam. Playing with that throttle quite a bit. Getting a little bit of a bump. One thing to also note about these current generation Cup cars is if you notice the mirrors at the top of the windshield up there and the little bitty circle mirror to the left on the driver door, that's not a whole lot of visibility to be able to look behind you to see runs coming on either side. And they do not run a passenger side mirror. You just have to rely on your spotter to let you know someone is there. Cool camera angle right here. It's called the gyro cam. Camera stays flat while the car goes into the corner, and that just shows you how much banking that these corners have. Oh, as Scott Stotler comes down, barely clears Trevor Robertson to get back on that inside line. Trevor Robertson fading back a little bit. Maybe he feels that they broke his momentum. Trevor Robertson jumps up to the high side. Christian Hill gonna pass him there. Looks like Trevor Robertson's gonna dip it back down to the inside if he can. Looks like he's gonna side draft a little bit. Stephen Payne gets by. Trevor Robertson just dropping to the back now of this pack. With no one to help. Trevor's gonna fall back in line. Keep up with the draft. As Stotler makes a move to the high side, maybe trying to make another pass. Not going to happen. Forces Payne to go outside because now he has a run on Stotler. A little bit of double wide action going on here. Looks like it's not going to pan out. working on lap 13 here. There's that snake action I was talking about earlier. Guys peeking around the car in front of them to figure out where they're at on the track. Roger Pierce goes to the high side, gets to the quarter panel of Justin Hutchinson and side drafts for a second, but with no help behind him, it is not going to work for him. Right along with Joshua Oxendine on his back bumper here. Joshua Oxendine, a long league member of the Finish Line Racing League. Going on 4, maybe 5 years in this league. Looking back at Justin Hutchinson. Justin Hutchinson looked like he was looking to make a little bit of a pass there, maybe block a run. Thinks better of it, dips back below on the low line behind Oxendine. Hutchinson with a little bit of a run there. See if he gets to his back bumper and pushes him a little bit. Like he's going to back out of it a little bit. And it does make me wonder if any of these guys are going to try to short pit and make it to the end as soon as the window opens rather than run this whole tank of fuel out. Oxendine still your leader. He has led all 15 laps. The field behind him looking like they're trying to start a high line there. And if they can get organized, I think that's the place to be. Hutchinson with a little bit of a blink. Thinks about jumping up there. But him jumping up there for that short amount of time gave the pull needed for that high line to get up there side by side. As we have a fight for the lead, Christian Hill nosing out front at the moment. Christian Hill will clear himself on that high line, leaving 3 cars of Oxendine, Hutchinson, and Robertson down there. Oxendine goes up to side draft a little bit, try to break up that high line. To no avail, falling back now. Oh, Roger Pierce looks like he is. Roger Pierce went off the track. Yellow flag is out. Let's go back and see what happened right there. Looks like Roger Pierce tried side drafting Christian Hill. They got together and went off the track. Does not look to be like a whole lot of damage. As we're going back live now. Check out the car of Roger Pierce here. See if he has any damage. Might have a slight wrinkle in the right front of that car, but really hard to tell right here. as the pace car comes by. Check on Christian Hill. Christian Hill has a little bit of damage on that left side of that car from the fender to halfway down the door, looks like, and a little bit on that left rear quarter panel, also causing that spoiler to be a little bent as the cars come down pit road. And if I'm correct, these cars should make it from here on these pit stops. See if Christian Hill uses a fast repair here. He does. So that's -1 fast repair for Christian Hill in that 85 machine. We'll watch the cars coming off pit road here. Joshua Oxendine's going to cycle out to be your leader again. Today we bring in old Roger Pierce himself, get his point of view on that incident. Hey there, Roger Pierce, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey man, walk us through that incident right there.
Still trying to figure it out. Not really happy, to be honest with you.
I can understand that. Did you end up having to use a fast repair there?
No. 30 seconds of damage. I'm good. I think I was clear. I don't know if I was clear or not. He's saying he was told he was clear down, so.
I don't know. To me, it looked like a racing incident. It looked like you had a run on him and dipped to the inside. And I don't know if he just came down a little bit or if you had come up. We haven't looked at the replay long enough yet. But it does look like just a fight for the same amount of real estate ending badly.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that happening. It was good racing all in all. We're trying to make it interesting a little bit, trying to snake it out, trying to see how the side draft works. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. No, not real much damage. Still can catch the pack. A long race ahead of us.
All right. Well, how do you feel about your car tonight? Do you think you have a chance to win?
Always think I have a chance to win.
Well, there you go. All right. Well, I will maybe get to talk to you at the end of the race. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
And that was Roger Pierce, the driver of that 29 machine, currently running the 99 car. His little point of view on the incident there. As the car's getting the 1 to green signal, they're going to double them back up. Get ready to go back green here. For those of you that are just tuning in, you've tuned in to Full Send Broadcast Network, broadcasting Finish Line Racing League at Talladega for their season opener, presented by Babs Body Shop. So we already have one candidate for Babs Body Shop Wreck of the Race. I say it was a candidate, it's more of an incident. But it still qualifies because that yellow flag come out. I will be really surprised if that is the only incident that we have. Cars making their way through turns 3 and 4 here, coming back. Joshua Oxendine is your leader. Stephen Payne on the outside. Cody Ricketts on the second row inside with Justin Hutchinson up high from him. Trevor Robertson starting in that inside third row. That's your top 5. Pace car makes a left-hand turn to come down pit road. What do you say we turn these boys loose and crank it up? After that little bit of Crank It Up brought to you by Bab's Body Shop. As we see the back of the pack there getting side by side, letting these top 4 pull away. They need to get back in line in order to catch them top 4. As we come around to complete the halfway mark. Jason Babb backing up a little bit from the top 3. Take a look at these top speeds these guys have been running tonight. 203 miles an hour is the fastest speed recorded in tonight's race so far. And that was by your 4th place person, Jason Babb. As we take a look at that second pack back here, Cody Ricketts leading it, trying to get organized enough to catch them top 4. As bad as I hate to say it, these guys have to be a lot better organized than what they are right now in order to catch that lead pack. Completing lap 28 right there. But let's take a look at what the that first stint before they took tires and fuel was. That first stint was 18 laps, and they've currently run 10 on this tank of fuel. I would have to say that these guys should be good to the end, but I may stand corrected. But I believe with 70% fuel, they should be able to make it to the end. We take a look at Christian Hill. Sorry, Cody Ricketts versus Jason Babb. See if they are catching them. As I say that, they have caught Jason Babb and they're taking him on the high side there. That second pack, they have definitely caught that lead pack and are trying to make a statement at the moment by running them top 3 down and maybe trying to make a pass for the lead, as Oxendine is still leading this race up there, dominating it so far. We're watching the 63 of Joshua Oxendine in that Alice Chalmers machine. I'm sure I butchered that name. Jason Babb gets shoveled up to the high side there. With no help. Going to be left out to dry. Looks like Stephen Payne has lost the draft, and Roger Pierce may be losing the draft also. Oh, as the 8 of Stotler forces his way down to that low line. Blake Sperling there pushing Ricketts. That's a name we have not heard very much tonight of Sperling. Maybe he's waiting to show his hand for the end of the race. We shall soon find out with under 20 laps remaining in this race. Stotler shuffled up to the high side there. Now he's going to be shuffled all the way to the back. Here comes Ricketts, though, trying to get a little draft off of him. Not going to make anything happen, though, as they make their way back down to that low line. The one thing about this current Cup package, it makes it so difficult to pass and get runs that actually sustain to be able to make a pass on the high side here. Now, if you can get to someone's quarter panel and dump a bunch of air on their spoiler, you can slow them down enough to spread them away from who they're behind to possibly make a pass, but you got to have help in order to get there. They come around to complete lap 35. Sorry, lap 34. Working on lap 35. Folks, I have to tell you, I'm excited about this season here in Finish Line Racing League presented by Babb's Body Shop. It's a 16 race season with 8 drivers making it to the playoffs, with 4 races in that round of the 8 playoffs to knock it down to 4 drivers. That's right, we're going to cut half the playoff drivers out for one final race to end here at Talladega for a championship. And yes, you heard me right. We are deciding the champion at a super speedway. This has been a staple in this league for many years and many seasons, and it always has been proven to put on a great show. Drivers make their way out of turn 4, heading down the front stretch towards the tri-oval. Tyler Green there on the outside of Ricketts, trying to side draft him, pull him back from Stotler a little bit to try to make a move. Not going to make it happen, I believe. All he's doing is slowing up all the cars behind him, creating a big gap that they have to fill now. Tyler Green's going to pull way up the track, get off that spoiler of Ricketts. He's going to fall back in line, I would assume, right here behind Babb. Try to get organized to catch that group. And if you notice how quickly that gap formed just from Tyler Green side drafting Cody Ricketts. We check back in up here with the top 4. Joshua Oxendine still your leader, followed by Trevor Robertson in the 6, Christian Hill in the 85. Then you have Scott Stotler in 4th, followed by Cody Ricketts in 5th. 6th is Justin Hutchinson. Jason Babb in 7th. 8th is Tyler Green. 9th is Blake Sperling. 10th is Roger Pierce. And in 11th is Stephen Payne in that 41 machine. As they cross the line there and complete lap 38. Leaving 12 laps to go in this race. And by this point, you know these guys probably haven't figured out who they're going to work with, who they're going to push, and who they're going to try to make moves with. I would not be surprised when we see, I would say 5 laps to go in the race, that we start seeing some more aggressive moves and less of this single file racing. And I hate to break it to these guys from 6th on back. If they want a chance to win this race, they need to get organized. As Oxendine and Robertson move to the high side, Oxendine going to drop back down to that low side and hang Trevor Robertson out to dry. Going to shuffle Robertson all the way to the back of this line. Justin Hutchinson entering the pit road. Maybe he had to stop for fuel. I knew it would be close on whether or not these guys could finish this race out. Maybe Hutchinson onto something. Oh, as we have cars coming. Oh! Oxendine hit by... Oh my gosh, as they are wrecking coming onto pit road. Yellow comes out. Let's go back and look at that. We are already in it right there. So let's go back just a little bit. As we see these guys coming around down the back stretch. Watching this from the blimp view to get the best angle of this incident. As you see Oxendine signaling he is coming down pit road. Christian runs into the back of Oxendine. And then Ricketts coming up with a full head of steam trying to woe up for Christian. And looks like he wheel hops it, trying to get onto pit road. That is exactly what happened right there. He made no contact but with that pit wall. And but he just wheel hopped it getting in there. But the big incident that we're talking about, though, is between Christian Hill and Josh Oxendine, where Hill ran into the back of Oxendine checking up for pit road. Wow. This is really going to shake it up for the end of this race. Looks like Christian Hill used another fast repair there, so he has none left, I believe. Check on Oxendine, see if he used a fast repair. Looks like he did. That back bumper is straight as an arrow. I cannot believe that just happened coming on the pit road. What do you say we bring that dominating race car into the interview booth right now? If we can get Josh Oxendine in here. Hey there, Joshua Oxendine. You got a copy?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, walk us through that incident there getting on pit road.
I called out. I was getting on pit road on the back stretch once Ted got shuffled out. Told him I was going to stay with the yellow line and just, you know, I guess not paying attention, not thinking. I don't know, just ran right in the back of him.
Yeah,
I don't believe there's no way he would have made it without getting a speeding penalty if my car wasn't in the way. So
yeah, he did have it locked up. That was for sure. So tell us, how do you feel about this car, man, dominating this race so far?
well, it ain't really just a car. I mean, as long as you got the inside lane with this package, you can pretty well hold them off and do what you want to. So I'll be honest with you, I'm worried about getting back to the front.
Well, that was going to be my next question on how you feel about getting back up there and maybe trying to win this race.
I want to try. I'm not going to hold my breath. I see a good run on the last lap, maybe a top 3, but getting back to the lead's going to be difficult because you got to either root the guy off the bottom, which these cars are super tail happy when somebody gets close to you. I mean, that left and right ain't them playing with you. The air is just baffling. It's terribly loose once they get up on you. So you can use that to your advantage to move somebody or to get them loose. But passing, you're going to have about 5 versus 2 just to make a good run on them.
All right. Well, hopefully we get to talk to you again after the race. Good luck. And maybe we get to talk to you later.
All right. Appreciate it, man.
No problem. And that was Joshua Oxendine there. Guy who has dominated this race and was involved under a green flag stop incident. They're in that 63 machine. All right. As the cars work their way down the back stretch, lights are off on the pace car, which means we are going green on lap 44, leaving 6 laps to go in this race. The whole field is stacked up now. I believe this is where we're going to start seeing the side-by-side and the more aggressive racing. That high line, I believe, is going to have to be shoving each other pretty hard just to make something work past that low line. Right now, Christian Hill is your leader, who was the other person involved in that incident. Trevor Robertson on his outside, followed by Cody Ricketts and Scott Stotler in that second row. Blake Sperling and Roger Pearson, row 3. Row 4 is Joshua Oxendine and Stephen Payne, followed by Justin Hutchinson and Tyler Green, and Jason Babb back there chasing them all. As that pace car makes that left-hand turn. Christian Hill now leading them to the green. Let's go back to our flag stand here. This beautiful shot of the start-finish line. Green flag is out. We are racing again at Talladega. Guys trying to get a good run right here. Trevor Robertson getting hung out on that high side right now for the moment. Roger Pierce trying to get to Robertson's bumper, seeing if they can make something happen. Oxendine staying behind Roger Pierce. Roger Pierce dips into the inside line. Now you have, Oxendine makes a big move to the high side, take it 3 wide to go around Trevor Robertson with Tyler Green following Oxendine. Oxendine trying to fit it down on the inside line in front of Trevor Robertson. Trevor Robertson's not going to let him in. Stephen Payne up there still trying to make something work as we're completing lap 44, starting lap 45. Everybody but Trevor Robertson's on the inside line, single file. I'm willing to bet with probably 2 laps remaining, maybe even just on the last lap, we'll hopefully get to see some moves being made. As they work their way through turns 3 and 4 here. Heading towards the tri-oval. Five laps to go in this race tonight, folks. As we see a bunch of racing going on back here in the back. Tyler Green taking it 3 wide around Roger Pierce with Trevor Robertson and Joshua Oxendine. Looks like these guys on that extreme high line got something to prove as Roger Pierce jumps in line behind them. Cars getting a little wishy-washy up there whenever they get on each other's bumper, like Oxendine said in his interview. You get on someone's bumper, they get real loose and they start walking all over the track. That outside line dissipated really quick. Tyler Green looking like he's thinking about making another move on the outside of Justin Hutchinson. Looks like he's going to try to side draft Hutchinson. He's going to side draft him, dip up to the high side. Stephen Payne going to fill that hole. Oxendine, Pierce making an evasive move to get out from behind Tyler Green there. Tyler Green falls all the way to the back almost. Oh, contact. Oxendine doors Jason Babb. Wrinkles up his fender a little bit, looks like. And I do want to give a big shout out to Jason Babb there in that 31 machine. He is the owner of Babb's Body Shop, our sponsor for Finish Line Racing League. They've come around to complete lap 48, coming to 2 to go. Will these guys start making moves? That high line led by Roger Pierce, trying to form up there. Right now, your top 3 is Christian Hill, Cody Ricketts, and Scott Stotler. All 3 newcomers to this league. Their first year here. Consider them rookies. Justin Hutchinson getting side draft by Roger Pierce. That's going to break them up a little bit. White flag is out, presented by Babb's Body Shop. 1 lap to go. That high line still trying to make something happen up there with Tyler Green, Josh Oxendine, and Trevor Robertson. Don't think it's going to be enough. Top 3 have a slight breakaway here. Will we have a photo finish as they work their way out of turn 4 heading to the tri-oval as the 8 of Scott Stotler makes a move. Checkered flag is waving. Who will it be? Christian Hill is going to win in his opening race here in that 85 machine. That is your winner tonight. Your top three are Christian Hill, Scott Stotler, and Cody Ricketts, all three newcomers to this league. Not a very exciting race to watch, but this package does not allow for very good racing at the plate tracks currently. But when they cross the line, though, you can give it to these guys for trying to mix it up and get a heck of a finish going on. Let's see if that 85 is going to do any kind of burnout. There he goes. Looks like he's going to give us a little bit of a show here. Y'all, I cannot believe how these cars could not make a run on the high side and get organized enough. All right, so what do you say we get these guys there in here for an interview? And after the race, we'll show you or after the interviews, we'll show you the winner of the Babs Body Shop Wreck of the Race. Can you guess which one it is? All right. Get these guys moved into the interview waiting here. Like Cody Ricketts is not in the Discord, so we might get a post-race interview from him. So let's go to your runner-up, Scott Stotler. Hey there, Scott Stotler. You got a copy? Scott Stotler, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, walk us through that ending right there. Trying to go for the win, but came up just short.
Yeah, just couldn't generate any runs, it seemed like. I mean, I was hoping that getting to the outside would have been better than it turned out to be. It just nobody was generating any runs. I wasn't getting any pushes, so I just had to do what I had to do. Come up one spot short, but still fun race.
For sure, for sure. And it was exciting to watch from up here. Not much action, but it was exciting to watch all of y'all fight these cars every time someone got on your bumper. How'd these cars handle for y'all?
Like a slot car.
Like a slot car. Well, got any shout outs, sponsors, anything like that you want to do?
Give a shout out to Blake for trying to push me to the win there at the end, and that's about it. We kind of worked together as much as we could. He lost the draft a couple times, but luckily cautions came out at the right time and got him back in the pack.
For sure, for sure. Well, all right, man. Let's see here. Where do we go next week?
Bristol.
Go to Bristol. So how do you feel about going to Bristol Motor Speedway next week?
I like low downforce, high horsepower, so hopefully we have a good run.
All right. Well, God, I appreciate you stopping by the booth here, and good luck next week. Maybe we'll get to talk to you then also.
Yeah, man. Let's hope. Have a good one.
You too. That was Scott Stotler, your runner-up finisher. Double check and see if... Oh, Ricketts is still not in the Discord, so we will not be getting the third place finishers interview in here. Let's go over and bring your winner into this now. Looking at that 85 machine. Hey there, Christian Hill. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, man, congrats on the win.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. I'm psyched.
So, walk us through how you felt during the whole race and the incident with Oxendine and everything.
Yeah, so starting from the beginning, I didn't qualify very good. I qualified 7th, not super happy about that. But I was able to get on both on all the restarts and the starts. I was able to get really good jumps and able to get up to 4th right away. 3rd. Throughout the race, I was chilling. Nothing was really going on happening. Once I got into that first section before Roger, the incident with Roger. I was feeling pretty good. The incident with Oxendine, I feel really bad about that. So it was just I didn't know who was if he was pitted or not. He was talking. I can't tell his voice. And I didn't realize until like the last minute he was it was just my brain thinking too slow. So
yeah, it happens to the best of us, man. So how do you feel about going to Bristol Motor Speedway next week?
Not super confident, I'll say, but after this race, I mean, that spikes my the thoughts that I'll do pretty well there, pretty high. I'm really good at Talladega, I'd say. But Bristol, it'll be fun. I'm excited for it. See what it'll bring.
Cool. So congrats on the win once again.
Yeah, thank you.
And also, I cannot remember if this race has a winning your in aspect to it or not. But regardless, I would have to say you're probably leading the points right now. So you're sitting in the playoffs, racing for a championship. How do you feel about that?
Pretty crazy. I mean, I've only started oval racing within probably the last 4 months. So it's crazy to think that I could be quote unquote this like rookie of the year or something like that. I'm not gonna say that, but it's absolutely crazy to think about that. I mean, I'm absolutely blown away. I can't even imagine it.
That was something else I was going to bring up too. You're a newcomer to this league, fighting off a load of veterans that have been here for years. That's pretty amazing to come through, even though it is a super speedway. But this super speedway package, it's not the easiest to pass. So I mean, once again, congrats on that, and for the fact that you being a newcomer and a rookie to the league, that's just an amazing accomplishment.
Yeah, again, I'm throwing myself out there. I'm shocked myself, but I just I sit back, I wait for that right moment. Specifically, I think it was with Trevor, I believe. Yeah, he just ended up going high, and I just poked in, and I just wait. I'm patient.
Awesome. And I'm looking at the data here. Believe it or not, you actually ran the slowest lap with a 49 flat.
Wow, really?
Yes.
I don't really know what to say about that. I mean, I don't think I was particularly fast today. I think I just ended up having those right spots. I'm those good restarts. And just a lot of practice at Dega.
Awesome. Well, hopefully we get to see you again next week, and maybe get to talk to you at some point in time during the race at Bristol. Once again, congratulations on the race win here at Talladega on the season opener.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you have any shout outs, sponsor plugs, anything like that you want to get out?
Yeah, so my shout out, I'll just shout out my my girlfriend. So she puts up with all this crap, all this racing stuff, me spending an obscene amount of money on this, and even when I barely had a car. And shout out to my family. They're having a rough time. My sister was just recently diagnosed with leukemia, so trying to race for her, and stuff. So
That is tough. I've been through that myself. My brother was diagnosed with colon cancer and passed away after fighting it for 4 years.
I'm sorry about that.
So I feel what you're going through
Yeah.
on that.
Mhm.
But like we said, everyone has their reasons for doing things, and hopefully this is a long-lasting relationship with this league and you in it.
I I hope so as well. I really do. I think it's going to be a good one.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stick you back up there in the lobby, and we'll talk to you later.
I appreciate it. Have a nice night.
You too. And that's your race winner, Christian Hill, winner of tonight's race at Talladega. So let's see if we can go back and get your Babs Body Shop wreck of the race. Go back here a little bit. All right. So we're going to go back to here. We're going to follow along with Joshua Oxendine. This is the incident that set off the late race caution. But this is your winner. That is Joshua Oxendine, and your race winner, Christian Hill, getting involved there. And the 27 of Cody Ricketts wheel hopping it into pit road and tapping that inside wall. That is your Babs Body Shop wreck of the race. I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in tonight. And before we go, let's go over your race results one more time. Here's your race results presented by Babs Body Shop. Your winner, Christian Hill. In second was Scott Stotler, Cody Ricketts in third. In fourth, you had Blake Sperling. In fifth was Justin Hutchinson. Sixth was Roger Pierce. Seventh, Trevor Robertson, followed by Joshua Oxendine in eighth. In ninth was Jason Babb. 10th was Stephen Payne. And at the end of the field in 11th was Tyler Green. Once again, I'd like to thank y'all for coming out tonight and watching the broadcast on Full Send Broadcast Network of the Finish Line Racing League presented by Babs Body Shop at Talladega. Their season opener next week. We go to Bristol Motor Speedway to hash it out there at the world's fastest half mile. Hope to see you there.